Hello, you're back with Dave and Tim at a single malt review as we dive into another economical, affordable Scotch blended whiskey.
Yeah, it sure is. The surprisingly, I was surprised, glass enclosed. I was expecting plastic. Lauders, which is a new one for us. It's just the more you search, the more you will find another obscure blended Scotch that you had no idea existed.
This is the Queen Mary Special Reserve, named for the cruise liner, not for the Royal. Lauders have been blending whiskey since the early 19th century, mixture of, I believe it's Highland, Lowland and Speyside grains and malts.
So Scotch whiskey then, it's what they're intimating with that one, yeah.
It was entirely new to me when I saw it in the store. I thought I'd grab it on a whim, but it is apparently a well-established, well-known blend, well-known brand. Not a bank breaker, not one that's going to win all the awards, but
not by any means
a workhorse blend.
That was a $5 bottle, wasn't it?
I believe so.
So boy, that's cheap stuff.
So 40% ABV. No information on which companies malts and grains have gone into it. They're listed variously as unknown or mystery.
It is the Macduff International Blending Company, which I had a wee look through, and the only going concern that I recognised, aside from a bunch of other inscrutable blends which I'd never heard of, was the Isle of Mist range, which is another blended whiskey, but one that features peated island malts. So there you go. They've got some irons in the fire there. But
I do believe they offer blends up to 25 years old.
Yeah.
So
like many blends, they go all the way up if you're willing to hunt them down and pay for them. They have a very rudimentary website, but with something that I thought was extremely good. So we're going to repeat back to you just so that the world can enjoy it as we did. Dave, I'm going to have to get you to read this one out because I don't actually think I'm going to be able to get the whole way through.
And when this is at the very top of the website, this is the headline, the banner, which comes underneath the Lauder's name and branding. This is a quote, literary quote.
This is a quote, and there's many quotes in the world. They chose this one. This is what makes it extremely good, is that of all the quotes that reference whiskey in the entire world, they chose this one.
And the year of our Lord 2022.
Good. All right, go off, Dave. I can't. I have to put this one on you. I can't do it. I can't make it the whole way down.
Okay. This is from Japanese author, famed novelist Haruki Murakami. Whiskey, like beautiful women, demands appreciation. You gaze first, then it is time to drink. Don't drink women. Don't drink people generally. Just why? So many things that we said about whiskey, and it's about consuming people.
Oh dear, just astonishing. Excellent.
Anyway,
excellent.
Enough of their social justice. On to the whiskey.
So, nice light colouring there. I'm certain it's coloured, as I am certain it's chill filtered, but they've gone pretty easy on there. And I've had a sneaky nose already, and it's fairly basic stuff, but it's not offensive. It's not offensive at all. It's pretty smooth. On
There's
nose.
a sweet grain note, a little bit of sharpness.
There's a little bit of butteriness. There's an oil to it, which I quite like. And that's, I think, all the nose is going to tell us.
Yeah.
This is not a masterwork of complexity here, like most extremely cheap, no age statement, 40% blends. But we'll see further in.
Oh,
hey, that's all right.
Yeah, that has an impressive sweetness, a little prickle of heat, just a little bit of like some fresh chopped capsicum or just a little pinch of chili.
It does have a prickle of heat, but hey, there's a whole lot of Speyside fruit in here. There's an impressive amount of Speyside fruit in here.
Dang. Now for a no age statement blended whiskey, that is delivering on some of its single malt component.
I think the malt ratio has got to be a little bit higher than usually. I think there's a bit of a generous dosing of malt in here.
Possibly some older malts.
I don't know about older. It's more the amount. It's more the frequency of malts. I think whereas you might get a 30-70 malt to grain in most of your cheap blends. I think this might be more of a 40-16. This one, because you just don't get that fruit. You don't get that fruit. You don't get that dynamism from grain whiskey, and I'm getting it here.
There's still a good flavour of fine grain, but it's not like the overbearing acetone sharpness you get sometimes.
Yeah. What a surprise! What a surprise!
An approachable, soft yet warming kind of a mouthfeel and just a collection of flavours.
Yeah.
It's
aside from that, there's honey, there's heather, there's a little bit of Highland floral characters. Buggered if I can taste any Lowland particularly. But I mean, when would you in a blend? You know, if you're not drinking Lowland on its own, it's probably getting trampled by everything else going on. But
It is only 40% in the blend, so I'm going to add water very sparingly.
Whoop. No, I'll go with you there. Just a smidge. Though I don't think it's going to have a marked effect. Certainly not making it better.
No perceptible difference or improvement or detraction.
I like this. I'm very surprised by how much I like this. Maybe the glass should have been a sign that a bit more effort had been put into this one, but I think this is really pretty good as far as blends go. You know, I tasted some Cutty Sark recently, and I was a bit disappointed by the whole Cutty Sark experience. They've always been sort of a higher tier no-age statement whiskey in a very similar light-bodied, you know, Speyside driven, fruity, but not particularly heavy one. I think this might just outdo it. This one has a hell of a lot to say for itself.
Yeah.
Weird, baffling quotes on the website aside. This one's kind of all there in a way that I'm just a little bit staggered by for what, because one of the cheapest blends I think you could get on this particular wholesaling website. That's really, really quite astonishing. I think, and keep in mind this is blend score, for all that it is, I think it might have cracked the 80s for me.
Okay.
I think this might be an 81. This is considering what it is, and considering the barrier to entry, which is about a doorstop, really pretty good. Yeah, 81 for me. What do you think?
Well, I'm surprised and pleased by it. It has a pleasant range of flavours. The grain is present but not overwhelming. It is, for me, a solid and enjoyable blend. It's not blowing me away. It is not transformative. It is a sturdy, reliable 73 points.
Yeah. I think this is surprisingly, all things considered, surprisingly excellent bottom shelf blend. It's really distinguishing itself, albeit still in the bottom shelf. It's doing great things with what it's got.
It's not doing great things for me, but it's doing satisfactory things. It's delivering a affordable, not particularly aged blended whiskey experience.
What a surprise!
It's fine on its own. Probably mixes.
This may warrant further investigation. I might see if we
an
can
extensive
find
range. If we can find
something
a number
else
on it, then
by these people. See, there's only other hilarious quotes on the website. Anyway, that has been a far more interesting episode of the Single Malt Review than I was expecting with this wee jobby here.
Impulse buy of a blend was something we've never seen in our market before.
Hey, sometimes you win the lottery on this stuff. Scrummy. All right, Sludger. We'll be right back.